May Allah bless you in the world.
It's mentioned that one Sahabi was in the court of the Prophet ﷺ, and he asked the Prophet ﷺ the following question: that, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, when I was a non-Muslim, when I was committing sins, when I was a non-Muslim, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, at that time was Allah Azza wa Jal watching me? So he's asking that, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, when I had not accepted Islam yet, Ya Rasulullah, when I was committing sins, was Allah watching me at that time? Now the Prophet ﷺ, he responded and he said that yes, whether you are non-Muslim or whether you're a Muslim, Allah is watching you. Now it's mentioned that Sahaba say, the companions say, that this Sahabi, he stood up, his body began to shiver, and it's mentioned that due to the shivering, his body came to the ground. So the Sahaba, the companions say that we rushed forward to help this person, this Sahabi. But when we reached him, his soul had left his body. Allahu Akbar, my dear respected Islamic brothers and the viewers of Madani Channel. Think to yourself, what was the question that initially led to his death? The question was that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when I was a non-Muslim, was Allah watching me at that time? We know the answer to this today as well. Allah is watching. Whether, my dear Islamic brothers, whether we are alone, Allah is watching. Whether we are with people, Allah is watching. Allah knows us, Allah sees us, Allah hears us. Whatever we are doing, Allah is aware of this. The my dear Islamic brothers, Allah is watching you at all times. Now you're looking at someone, you're looking at something haram. The people, they don't know that you're looking at this haram thing, but Allah knows you're watching. Allah knows you're watching. Whatever we think, whatever we are thinking, Allah is watching us. Allah knows what we are thinking about. Whether we are in the light or whether we are in the dark, Allah is watching us. He is Samir, He is Basir, He is Alim, He is Habir. He knows the thoughts of even our hearts, my dear respected Islamic brothers and the viewers of Madani Channel. But you know, this statement, Allah is watching, this statement is that statement, my dear respected Islamic brothers, that this can allow us to stay away from many sins. This can change our life. This can allow us to perform good deeds. Why? Because when a person understands this, when a person actually takes this on board, when a person truly understands this, you think when a person is about to commit a sin, he knows Allah is watching me, will he commit that sin? He won't commit that sin. When he knows that the time of salah is going, the time of namaz is short, and the time of namaz is going, he knows Allah is watching me. He'll get up and he'll offer his namaz. So this statement that Allah is watching us, this can help us to become better Muslims. Today we say that Imam Sahib, Maulvi Sahib, we make this, ask them for this, that yeah, please do dua for us that I become pious, I become a better person. This statement, Allah is watching, this can make us a better person. Sayyidina Abdullah bin Zayd radiallahu anhu says that once I passed a graveyard and I seen a person who came out of his grave and he was pulling the chain. He was pulling a chain. And then I seen another person and he was holding onto the chain as well. And he was pulling him back into the grave and beating him up. So and this person, this deceased person who was being punished in his grave, who was being beaten in his grave, he was asking that person that, did I not used to offer my namaz? Did I not used to fast in the month of Ramadan? Did I not used to perform ghusl when it had become fard upon me? The person that was hitting him, he replied and he said, yes, why not? You used to do all these actions. But listen to what he says next. He mentions that when you were alone, you used to perform sins and you would not fear Allah. Meaning that this person, he used to read his namaz, he used to fast in the month of Ramadan, he used to do good actions. But when he was alone, he used to disobey Allah. And this is the reason why he was being punished. Think to yourself, today in front of people we are very good. Today in front of people we read our namaz. But what are our actions at home? What are we doing at home? What are we doing when no one is watching us? What are the thoughts that are being created in our heart? What are we thinking about? And my dear respected Islamic brothers, this statement that Allah is watching, Allah is watching, Allah is watching. It's not like we're not aware of this statement. Why? Because in the month of Ramadan, we're thirsty, we're hungry. We've got 1 hour left, we've got 2 hours left, we've got 3 hours left to open our fast. But we don't eat. Why? Because we know that Allah is watching. We know that our mother's not, no one's at home. We got the option to open the fridge, to go into the kitchen and eat something, but we don't do it. Why? Because we know Allah is watching us. In the month of Ramadan, you know what happens when we go to perform our wudu? When we put water into our mouth, we are very conscious about this. We don't let any drops of water reach our throat. Why? Because we know that this would break our fast. Brother, no one's watching you. How is your mother going to find out? How is your father going to find out? But no, we know at the bottom of our heart that Allah is watching me. Who I have kept this fast for, He is watching me.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.